worldwide COVID-19 pandemic. How are things going in Germany, man? Let our listeners know how things are in Europe.
Everything is very quiet, actually. Lots of people stay at home. Schools and kindergartens are closed. Playgrounds are closed. So it's weird times. It's weird times. Hopefully we get through it.
And like you said, everything's quiet. A lot of things are closed. But what are the positives coming out of it? I mean, sitting back, being creative people. Whether you're making podcasts, drawing pictures, sculpting, whatever it may be, suddenly people of that ilk have a lot of time on their hands. How's that going in Germany?
Yeah, that entire industry is, of course, suffering hard. I mean, no concerts taking place. So many people related to this are not earning any money. But yeah, I like your way of thinking that also offers lots of creative minds to do creative stuff. Hopefully, lots of great songs are written at the moment. All musicians at home at the moment have the time for it. I hope that this is the outcome of such a crisis. Thinking positively here. And we are also trying to make the best out of it. We are just at the moment working on a video for our 4th single release, Exclusion, coming out end of this month. And this is how we use the time, working on such creative processes as video editing, which is very much time consuming. And additionally to that, very interesting, Brett, we got approached by electronic artists. We just received 2 remixes.
Oh,
funny
yummy.
enough. I mean, obviously our crazy music stuff is also kind of attractive to those kind of DJ people. And the first one we're going to put out is a remix of Rising. We actually dare to release it. Let's see what the metal community thinks about it. But it's a very much breakbeat-driven remix, so a little bit of Prodigy styled. That might work also for the metalheads out there. It at least works for us. We are very happy with it. So these kind of projects are ongoing to use the time which Corona offers us at the moment.
That is awesome. It's great that Rising is the first remix you're going to release. Rising will be the song that we go out of this episode of Darkest Corners of the World with. Another song off the album that I truly love. Talk us through Rising. Tell us about the songwriting process for that one. Anything different? Much the same? What happened?
Well, actually, Rising is the most straight in your face death metal song on our record, I would say. I don't know how you see it, Brett, but it's very much straight death metal. And it was written by Bent. He is our death metal nerd, and his songwriting is very much related to the early and mid 90s death metal sounds, but it's once again a grind song that ends in a different way that it starts. So for that reason, it starts as a death metal song, but has some other influences, as you hopefully all will hear when it's played in a couple of minutes. Yeah,
that opening riff of a song is really, really cool, and you can definitely again hear the influences there, but I don't think they're quite as direct and quite as straight up death metal as you feel, which is by no means a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. I think that's a great thing about the album. There's just so many little things that jump out at you. And I think obviously Dedication Records heard that. I think I definitely hear that in it. And I know a sizey portion of our Darkest Corners of the World listeners will hear it too. What I might do is I think it's a perfect segue. Thank you for that, Armin. I think I'll throw straight to the song at the moment. Guys, this is Rising by Grind.
Can you see?
You're right back here on Darkest Corners of the World. That was Rising by Grind, another absolute cracker of a tune on that album. With us still to the very end of the show is Armin from the band Grind. Armin, thank you again so very much for hanging around with us. And like you were saying before that song, we got a remix to expect of that in the electronic realm, which is pretty exciting. Tell us some more about that, and when do we expect it?
You can expect it end of this month, and it is a very much breakbeat, Prodigy sounding remix. It's got a lot of energy. It's capturing the energy of Rising, very well, we think. So we are pretty happy with it, and we were surprised that the electronic guys are kind of listening to us and get inspired by it. We didn't see that coming. So we're going to put it out on all our social media channels. So if you look out for Grind Flensburg on Facebook and as well as on YouTube, you won't miss that one. And we also put it out for free on our Bandcamp page. So it's going to be released soon and for free and for everyone. I hope you enjoy it.
Look, it's perfect for our Darkest Corners of the World listeners. Obviously, this show goes to as many places in the world as we possibly can with as much different music as we possibly can. So I'm sure that's going to make some waves amongst our listeners. So check that out at Grind Flensburg at Facebook, guys. So thank you very much again for your time, Armin. What's up next, just before we go? What's up next for Grind? Obviously, we're all on lockdown right now in a post-COVID world, if you will. What's next for Grind?
Well, we are enjoying the moment. We enjoy doing interviews, and we enjoy finding us in magazines. We enjoy listening to our own record released on vinyl. Let's see what future brings. I mean, we already got ideas for some new songs. Some new riffs are already written, but that will still take some time. So we are still right at the moment in the middle of the launch of the record. We support the label as much as we can to sell some of all the records they got on the shelf. That's that's about it at the moment. And as I said, we are working on some video stuff, social media content to tell the story of Grind as detailed as our fans would like to hear it. So some background stories are about to release, how we recorded it. We're gonna repost some of the riffs for the bass players and guitarists out there. We might do some playthrough videos for the drummers. This is what's next. But in the future, we think of a second record as well. That will still take some time. So don't expect it too early, please.
No, I don't. And I think, look, my ears are going to be very, very happy with that album for quite a while. And I think there'll be many other listeners the same. But eventually that hunger for more is going to build. Look, Armin, thank you very much for your time again. Appreciate you coming and chatting on Darkest Corners of the World.
Yeah, thank you for having us on the show. It's so good to see that people listen to it all over the world, and your show and your approach of the show supports that idea. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Armin, and thank you to you listeners. New listeners, Steel Plaza fans, we really value all of your time and love getting the message of new music out to you guys. Please remember to tell a friend and hit us up on the Facebook page. There's places where you can donate to keep this ship afloat. Thank you very much, everyone. And we'll see you next time on Darkest Corners of the World.